car turns over. Mama's got her baby in the car. The baby's thrown out the seat. The car's on the baby. The mama gets up, lifts up the car, and pulls the car off the baby. But she didn't even have a leg. She lost her leg and didn't even know it because she went over here and saved the baby. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So I'm telling you that as far as she was concerned, she had a leg, and she had strength enough, too, to lift up the car off the baby. Okay, because that is what she wanted to do. So there was nothing that was an issue that said she wasn't going to master that. So disease originates where? In the intellectual processes. And to just show you how profound this is, this was sent to me. To show you that so what if her little leg was cut off for the moment, because she can grow another one. Because with that same attitude, oh yes you can. Do you understand that? There's a whole tribe in Africa here, the Mtagulo tribe, that regenerates their limbs. A machete incident, we didn't pay attention, whatever else, etc. Yes, they get new arms and legs. You get new fingernails, you get new hair, you can get new everything. And that's why I'm saying it's an abomination for you to go around scratching in the graveyard and looking at somebody else and lusting for their organs when you can get your own stuff. And I'm saying that you have to know who you are, because this is the gift of melanin. A melanated individual can generate and regenerate any aspect of their body. The less melanin you have, yes, it is more difficult for you to do that, and Caucasians know that, which is why they created this pseudoscience. That is not your science, that is theirs. And that is why they also know that the ideal blood and organs that they want to have come from melanated people. So I say to them is that they don't basically have to create all of these schemes and things for them to be able to have access to my tissues. And see, this is where the honesty is going to have to come out. And they finally are bellying up, as they would say, but they still got a lot of stuff under the cover. That you're not going to go around here siphoning off my blood, pinching off my tissues, regrowing tissue cultures and things for you to put in storage. Because you want to stay in control. See, they're playing some heavy control games because you're not in control. Nature didn't put you in control. But you can be here with me just like all the other flowers on the meadow, but you are not going to steal and usurp my energies by trying to keep me asleep. And this is the karma that they're going to have to finally admit to. Because they can have life indefinitely and they can have immortality, but it has to come from them being with us. Because you have to understand that we are the superconductors, and they know that. We are the superconductors of life force energy, of vitality. And we not only make enough for ourselves, but for anybody else that's in our environment. And as long as they're around us, we will create enough life force energy that they can live indefinitely. But you will not control me. And this is where the game is being played at this level of technology. But see, you got to know your melanin, and you got to understand the physics about how you work and how vitality works to understand what's happening here. And as a parent, if you want to be a parent in the presence of your child, because see, the child can get it. See, my mother didn't teach me this, but I got it because I wanted it. But she gave me the vehicle to get it by letting me pass through her uterus. See, because it was encoded in me. So I'm saying that if you're going to be in the presence of your children, then give them the icing and make it easier for them, because they can get it if they want it. But don't be a stumbling block. You know, it's better that you give them away than be a stumbling block with foolishness. Degrading them, beating on them, not telling them who they are, etc. A whole bunch of foolishness. When you don't know, say you don't know. And be able to say, let's grow together. I'm retired. You have to understand, I'm in the process of liquidating one of the immortal sins, and that is the perception of lack in anything, and especially in money. And so I tell my children when they ask me for things, if I feel that it's not appropriate that they have to get it on their own and that I don't have it, if I don't have it, I was like, okay, I'm learning on this. I'm in the last stages of getting this abundance principle correct from this perspective. And any information I have to download with you so that you don't have to go here, I give it to them. on how to handle money, finances, etc., because that is part of my responsibility, that if that hasn't been developed and mastered in my family line, then I must do it. But it has to end with me. I'm not going to pass that legacy down for them. Because it's like once you get the cash, that's just one aspect of it. It's like having a baby. So once the baby's here, now you got a whole nother level that you got to rise to. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like for them, it's like, okay, now we got the cash, now how you going to manage it? Okay, that's a whole nother science. What you going to do with it? Because anything, I don't care what it is, if you don't know how to manage it properly, now becomes your weakness and can possibly take you out of here. So you can't ask for stuff and then not know how to circulate it and manage it. So if I bring it here, if one generation brings it, then it's the next generation to manage it and to make sure that it never ever brings ill will back to the family. So when I have studied money, because that's part of your responsibility, when you don't know something, you get busy studying it. So many people have gotten it and it has destroyed them, tore their butts up. So when you read about the Winchesters and the Carnegies and the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers, because they did not understand the laws, what they acquired has destroyed them. Kennedys, look at it. And so you can't gain stuff under ill will and basically clean it up. No, you can't. Mother Nature is the only one that can basically transmute that. And if you didn't get right with her, then you can't transmute it. So if you're killing and robbing and doing drug money, you're going to have to deal with that. Okay? Because the only way that it can be transmuted is that you got to bring it to Mother Nature and right it, which means that you can't stay in the same business. But you want to stay in the same business and deal with the cash, you would die for that. And I'm saying these are universal laws that you got to understand and be able to teach when these people want to go there. So the key here is you have to ask yourself, when you sit there and you begin to glean anything that I'm telling you here, you have to ask yourself, what is your problem? Because you have everything. It's already within you. You can do everything. Human beings have evolved new sophisticated senses. One is an unconscious sense of order in which we anticipate the sequence of natural events and move from chaos to unity. Now, we should be moving from chaos to unity. And that's why I'm saying that you have to ask yourself, why are you still talking about a war? And I'm very concerned as I work with women. And I really address this to the Caucasian woman. What is her need to continuously feel that she has the right to nurture anybody to raise their hand against somebody else? I am tired of it. I want to know what is going on with you that you just can't ask for what you want. And if we say no, that you go somewhere else and get it. You cannot go tramping through Africa and basically killing off people and whatever else because you want some oil. You can have it, but now you got to be willing to come up with the resources. That's what we ask for. You produce money every day. It's nothing but a joke. You just turn on the printing press, make some cash, and how much we want is how much we say we're going to give you the oil for. It ain't nothing but ink and paper. You're killing the trees every day. So, it's like it has really any real value behind it. It's just an agreement. Do you understand what I'm saying? But the idea that you want to basically keep this nothing paper and then you're going to basically come over here and take my oil and will kill me? No, your seed cannot be blessed, and you got plenty karma for that, and they know that. It's coming up the road. Okay? And I'm saying that they have to understand that it cannot continue because they are killing themselves by this kind of greed behavior. Okay? And I just think about this. I said, all of these hundreds of thousands, millions of bodies at their hand, how do they think they're going to deal with this? And see, and you have to understand yourself, if you, as an Indian person, Asian person, African person, are sitting up there wanting to be in their high heel shoes, you are going to get your butt kicked too. Why would you basically want to emulate these kind of people with this kind of value? You straighten your hair for what? You want to wear their clothes for what? You want to eat their food for what? Because they show you their deeds. And I'm saying, why would a woman want to emulate this? And this is what she's done. When I'm in America, I recognize these women have sustained 100 years or more. 100 years or more. Do I want my seed to perish? Do I want to leave here because I want to get with them and take on their karma? No, I don't. I'm interested in helping them neutralize it, because I want to know what is this fear, this insecurity that they have that would make them have such disrespect for life. Because everybody's here able to have what they want. I told you about the medal. So you don't have to suck up the other person's stuff. You can get your own. It's the resources right here. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying that mankind is the only person that goes for that, and it comes from the uterus of the woman, because she breeds that. And there have been books written about the violence in the Caucasian race and the willingness of the woman to continuously